5, prove not B, and I have B, then A, and I have not A or Z. And we have to get to B, not B. Well, we look for B, we don't see it, so we look for its opposite, which would be B in the antecedent. So I could get a not B from line 1 if I had a not A. Okay? The only thing I have to work with is this. There's an A in there, but it's all caught up in everything. If you see a negated conjunction or a negated disjunction, think De Morgan's. 9 times out of 10, De Morgan's is going to help you. Okay? So let me apply De Morgan's to line 2. I'm pushing the negation through. A becomes not A. The or becomes an and. Z becomes not Z. That's from 2 by De Morgan's. And I said I needed a not A. Look what's right there, a not A. And it's part of an and, which makes it simple to get not A from 3 by simplification. And now we're in easy familiar territory. B then A, not A, therefore not B, 1, 4, modus tollens. Okay, so I'm following the same algorithm about how to solve problems. It's just that I have these added steps where I'm looking for something and it might be disguised, or I have to apply a rule of replacement to put it in the form that I need, right? So it's just a little extra layer of deception, subterfuge, or what else do you want to call it? Not A if and only if B. That's what we have to get to. We have A if and only if B, then not C, then D, and 2 is Q and C, then D. Okay. All right. Okay, we got to get this. I look for it in the premises. I don't see it. So the next thing I do is I look for its opposite and an antecedent, and there it is. So I can get a not A if and only if B from there if I have a not one of these, which would just simply be what? C then D. Okay? And there it is, a C then a D. And it's part of a conjunction, so I should be able to get it pretty easily. Can I simplify straight to a C then D? No, because remember, simplification only allows us to simplify to the left conjunct. So the very first thing I have to do is this, not C then D and Q from 2 by com. Okay, and this is a move that people routinely skip -2 every time you skip it. Okay, now I'm good to go because now this is an and I can simplify C then D from 3 by simplification. This is the opposite of that, so that lets me do a modus tollens to get the opposite of this, which is not A if and only if B. That's 1, 4, modus tollens, done. Okay, number 9. Prove not C. I have A then, not B. I have X and Y and A, and 3 is C then B. Okay. How's this going to work? Well, I look for a not C, I don't see it, but I see its opposite and an antecedent right here. How can I get a not C from line 3? I need a not B. There's a not B in 1, but it's part of a conditional, so I would need an A. Where's an A? There's an A in line 2, so somehow I have to get it out, okay? And I could do this in all sorts of different ways, but this is the way I'm gonna choose, okay? First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the A by itself. See how it's joined with the Y right now? So I'm gonna isolate the A. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move these brackets, and that's the rule associativity, okay? So what I get then is X and Y and A, okay? And that's from 2 by associativity, okay? Okay. Why did I do that? Because now I'm gonna do a COM, okay? Think of this as box and circle, all right? I'm gonna flip the order so I get circle and box, so that would be A and X and Y. Does everybody understand that? I can treat this thing as the box, okay? And so that came from 4 by COM. And so now the A is in the right place to be simplified, okay? So 6 is A from 5 by simplification, okay? Now I'm really good to go. And so 1 and 6 get me not B, 1 and 6 modus ponens. And now with this not B, I can do a modus tollens with line 3, and that gets me not C, 3, 7 modus tollens, okay? And there's actually all sorts of other things that I could have done. Like I could have done, on 3, I could have done a transposition to not B, then not C, and then if you look at 1 and this, I could have connected those together, A, then C, and then with this not C, I could have done a modus tollens to the not A. So that everyone ends up doing the problem the same is not very likely. Does everybody understand that? So, I have to look at your solutions to these problems very closely when I'm grading them, because someone will think of something weird to do. But that's perfectly okay. If it works, it works. I think that was 9. So let's move on to 11. Prove not C or D. And we have A, then not B, and we have not C, then D, then A, B. All right, so remember, all of these things have solutions, okay? So some of the time you can just follow a hunch and it's gonna work out, okay? And so look, I need one of these and I don't see it anywhere in the premises. I don't see its opposite, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing that I notice. I'm looking for a hunk of junk with C's and D's in it. The only hunk of junk that has C's and D's with it is right there. Everybody understand that? So it doesn't look like what I need, but I'm just gonna go get it, and then I'll figure out how to convert it to what I need, okay? So to get a hold of this, the only thing I can do is modus tollens, so I need a not A. I don't see a not A, but I could get a not A from 1 if I had a not B, which I do. So first step is 1 and 3, get me not A, 1, 3, and that's modus tollens. Now with the not A, I can do a modus tollens on line 2. So I get not C, then D, and that's from 2 and 4 modus tollens, right? Now, this does not look like that, okay? but I can change this to make it look like that. Look just inside the brackets. That is a conditional. We need an or. Do we have a rule that lets us change ors to thens and thens to ors? We do. It's called implication or material implication. So just think about this part right now. If we're changing a then to an or, what happens? This changes its sign, so it becomes C. This changes to an or, and that stays the same. That's how material implication works. Everything else, we leave the same. Okay? So that's from 5 by implication, and look what we got. Exactly what we needed. We're done. Everybody got that? How many of you feel really comfortable with these? How many of you are like, oh shit, what did I get into? Yeah, okay. Remember, we still have 2 more weeks before you're sent home with a test. Does everybody understand that? And this is why we allocated this 5 weeks for this chapter, because it is the hardest thing. And some of it is just practice, practice, practice. And sometimes you might be working on these for 2 weeks not knowing what the hell you're doing, and then all of a sudden you get it, okay? So that's why we're building in as much time as we can to allow you time for just all of a sudden to click, okay? All right, so I have faith that you will all be able to do this, but you must be doing the homework along the way. Copying down my solutions doesn't help you in the least. Listening to how I think about the problems, that can help you a lot. And remember, follow that link that we put in the announcements, and you can get to the recording of this lecture if for some reason you want to watch this stuff again, okay? What problem am I on, 13? 13.